Hello everyone and welcome to the online class of Python. So today in the dictionary chapter we are going to learn about traversing a dictionary. Traversing basically means a collection, or you can say traversal of a collection where accessing and processing each element of it, like we were doing in looping. So traversing a dictionary also means that how we can access each element of the dictionary using a loop function. So we will create a dictionary, we will use a for loop here and we'll access each element of the dictionary one by one. So let's go to the Python shell and see the practical of it. So for accessing the each element of a dictionary, we need to define a dictionary. So now suppose I am writing here the dictionary wherein I will write the name and the phone number of the employees. So I'll take a dictionary name here like dict, and I am defining the dictionary with the curly braces. I'll write the name like here, suppose Rahul, and then I'm writing the number, for example anything, and I'll using the comma again. Let's write again Sneha, and then again the numbers are different. Again let's write Pooja, and then Priya. So different entries we need to write here so that we can understand that how the loop is going to be executed. Alright, so that's all. I have written the entries now. You can see that a dictionary is created where I have written the names. Names are the keys and these are the values to it associated to the keys. I have written how many names? 5 names here and 5 numbers. Now to reach, if you write just print dict, so it will print the whole dictionary. Now I want that whole dictionary need to be read and it should be printed in a proper format. So what I'll use a loop here for, you can write the name, taking the variable here as name in dict. So then what I need to print, I want that the name should be printed. So the key will be printed here, and then I want that there should be a colon sign. Alright, and then there should be the value of the name should be printed. So how this will be executed? Once you will execute this program, the interpreter will go to the first line where it will and the interpreter will found that there is a comment written traversing a dictionary, which is non-executable obviously. Now there will be a dictionary created in the Python's memory wherein 5 keys with the 5 different values will be created. Now when the control goes here in the looping part, so for name is a variable in dictionary. It is I have used this name variable to access the keys of the dictionary. So it will access the key. Suppose first one is accessed Rahul, so Rahul will be printed, and then the colon sign will be printed because I have written that in double quote. Now what will be printed if I want this value to be printed? So I have written that in dictionary whatever the corresponding value is with this name, it should be printed. So like this, if you write the dictionary name and the variable name with which you are accessing the dictionary, it is going to print the value of the dictionary. So let us execute the file and understand it in a better way. Alright, you can see here. Now the loop has executed. First time the loop, when as we know that dictionary is unordered collection of elements, so it is not mandatory that you will get the items in serial wise. So first time in loop the dictionary has read Priya. Alright, so once the Priya is printed and then the corresponding value to Priya is printed. Then again on the second time Pooja is printed, and third time Dipesh, Sneha and Rahul. So this is how you can traverse a dictionary. By using the loop method you can access the elements of the dictionary. If you write the variable name, it will print the keys, and if you will write like this, that print the value of the dictionary, so you can write the name of the dictionary with this corresponding variable name. Alright, so this is how the dictionary will work. Let's see that how we can add an elements to the dictionary once the dictionary is created. Now suppose if I have created the dictionary name here dict, and I am writing the elements here. For example, that I am writing here name, and I have written Rahul, and then I am writing here suppose salary of Rahul, that is 25,000. Then suppose I am writing here age, which is suppose 25. So this is the dictionary which I have created. If I write here print dict, if I write print dict here and I print the dictionary, so it will print the whole dictionary. Alright, we know this, that the whole dictionary will be printed. Even it will be printed in an unordered form, obviously. Now suppose if I have forgotten to insert the one element which was department, that the department of Rahul was sales. So what I will do here, I'll write here just the name of the dictionary, dict, and then whatever the key you have forgotten to write. Suppose I have forgotten to write the department, so I have written here department equals to, and then I have written here sales. So this is how you have written. Now if you write again this print dict, then you will get a new dictionary with the elements. You can see that first time when it is printed, it has printed the dictionary which I have created for the first time, and the second time it has added the element department sales in that dictionary. So this is how you can add the elements once the dictionary is created. Alright, now once the dictionary is created, you can add the items like this. But if you want to update the elements inside the dictionary, suppose I want to update the salary, so what I will do here, I'll write just dict and then salary equals to whatever salary was. Suppose it was 16,000, by mistake I have written that. So then I will again print the dict. Now you can see we'll get the output again. So you can see first time it was printed as it is, second time department sales was added, third time the salary is updated to 16,000. So this is how it can be updated. Now suppose if you want to delete the particular element, that I don't want the age to be printed here for Rahul. So what I will do here, I just write del function, del, and then dict, and then you write the element, the key which you want to delete, the dictionary name with the key. So I have written del, dict, and then age. Then I will again print the dict. So I am writing it one by one every time I am writing print dict, because so that you can make a difference, that once we are making any kind of changes, how it is shown. Let me close this and run the program once again. So now we'll go through it. What is the error we are getting? That del dict age, key error age. Okay, so what error we have got? Because I have written in small letter and here the key name is in capital letter, so I have to write like this. Alright, now let us execute the file one more time. Okay, so let us see one. So the first time when you execute the file, you can see that when I have written print dict, it is printing the dictionary as it is. Second time I have added department equals to sales, and then I have printed the dictionary, so department sales is added. Third time I have updated the salary, then the salary is updated to 16,000. And for the fourth time I have deleted the age key. You can see that age is deleted when I fourth time printed the dictionary. So this is how you can use these methods for adding the elements inside the dictionary, updating the elements, and deleting the keys from the dictionary. I hope you have understood this. If you have any problem, you can get back to me. Till then, practice these things at home and stay safe, stay happy. Thank you.